saving Manchester United season. So they're currently at 13th place, of course, just sacked Ten Hag and brought in Amorim. But today I'm going to take over for just the remainder of the season, half a season, to see how good a position I can bring him to. 13th place right now, but not too far away from those European places. So that's probably going to be my goal to get them into some sort of Europe, even if it is just the Conference League. Here is the starting 11. It's good. I'm probably going to stick with this formation. I was debating whether to change it to just a simple 4-2-3-1 because I honestly don't think United just are good with a three back. They're just not used to it. It's going to take a lot, and in FIFA simulation, I just don't think it's going to do well. But I'm going to stick with it and see. Maybe this is actually a decent formation. And in terms of the signings, I'm going to make the signings I think that if I were the boss of United, I would make. So this first signing is not really going to help us this season, but in real life, I think this would be a great signing. Naipan from Rosenborg in Norway. He's just a great player. Had a great season in real life, and only 17 years old. I think he can be a great player. And of course, in real life, I think he can just be great. Now, next, I wanted to sign players who are used to five back because I think again, like I said, United not used to playing five in the back, three defenders. So I'm gonna bring in a player who's used to playing this, Frimpong. Of course, at Bayer Leverkusen playing a five back. So I think if anyone knows how to play that right wing back position, I think it's him. Great player, and of course, Bundesliga last season had a great. I mean, he just so many goals from that right hand side. So I'm gonna bring him in. Hopefully, he can replicate that form. They offered me Dalot plus some money, but honestly, I want to keep Dalot as a backup, so I'm gonna just offer them 56 million. It's a lot of money, but if Ten Hag got that kind of money to spend, I think we deserve to spend that money too. And if this were done in real life, I think this would be just the most exciting signing have done in the past couple of years. This would be a great signing for them. I was then thinking maybe I should bring in some sporting players. I was thinking maybe like Hilmund, but I decided not to do that. That's kind of a bit boring. That's pretty much what Ten Hag did. So what I'm doing is bringing in a player who's been linked to a bunch of clubs in the past couple of years, and now that Lyon are in a bit of financial trouble and need to sell players, I think it's a perfect time to buy this player, Cherokee from Lyon, of course. 76 rated, just 21 years of age. He's been great a couple of past seasons. He's had a lot of hype, and he's been a wonder kid on the game for as long as he's been in it. 76 rated again. He's probably going to play that right hand side cam, more of a backup, but I think we need that cam spot. We need some backups for that position. So Ahmad, a great player, but I think just another player in that position as a backup will be needed. And now we have Cherokee, Naipan, and Mainu in case I think he can play there too. That's how the squad I think is going to look. Frimpong, of course, on that right hand side. Yeah, I was thinking maybe left hand side player too, but I decided not to do it. Davies, I think one player who they can honestly benefit a lot from, but he had a contract expiring, so it was just the signing would not have gone through till next season, and I don't want to do that. Another player I was thinking Jonathan David, but again had the same issue, and he's just another player who's been great and honestly really underrated in the French league. So I was thinking bringing those two Canadians in, but again their contract was expiring and they just would have not signed till next season, which just that doesn't work for me. But with that, I renewed a couple of contracts and decided to stay to the end of the season confident with this team to hopefully bring us to some success. And I'm gonna kind of spoil it because I ended up somehow getting sacked. Yeah, and so they did in FC25 add like a no sacking mode, but only in the regular career mode, not the live start points, which I'm using. Which I think is kind of dumb. Why not just bring the same feature over to the other game mode? But I hope EA can fix that. But as you'll see here in a moment on that contract, they wanted me to finish in a Champions League place with Man United, which again I think is super unrealistic. Another thing I hope EA fix. There's no way I was gonna starting 13th and finishing 4th, even. Like, that's, I don't see how I would have done that. So, yeah. And also, I hope EA just do those fixes and also just update the live start points. It's a bit dumb. I mean, we've gone so long without actually having the start points updated. So that, yeah, just so many issues with this game. But anyways, where we finished? We finished 7th place, which honestly, United fans, would you take this? Considering we're currently 13th and it's like 10 points away from a 7th, would you take this as like the sort of finishing position? I mean, it's 1 place higher than last season, and it is kind of a pretty good second half of the season. I mean, what's that, like 30 points, over 30 points just from the second half of the season. So I'd honestly take this. I mean, 7th place, I think that's a pretty big improvement, and we ended up finishing higher than Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, but Manchester City still beat us, and yeah, that's how the league ends. Liverpool winning the title, and unfortunately, they also sacked me like a week before the season ended, so we cannot see the very fancy stats in the squad hub. You have to go through this, which only shows the Premier League, and it's a bit boring, just text. But how did our players do? The players that I signed, Cherokee got 13 games, 2 goals, and 4 assists. That's a pretty good signing, especially for like what 12 million signing for. So happy with that. He grew a little bit. We'll take that. Great signing from that. Jeremy Frimpong somehow only played 8 games. 8 games, yeah. I mean, maybe he got injured, but most likely the AI just did not play him, which I think is just another issue with the game. He probably just, yeah, they just probably didn't play him for some reason, even though he's clearly the best player in that position. But anyways, that's kind of disappointing. But yeah, let's look at the rest of the team. I mean, pretty good stat there. Ahmad had a great season. Mainu barely played. I think he honestly played maybe even 0 games since we started. And Naipan actually played 8 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. Great signing. Again, one for the future, but I did not expect him to play that much. Played the same amount of games as Frimpong, which, yeah, that's very weird. Here's how the rest of the team looked. Pretty good. Compared to the rest of the league, let's look at the overall stats. Who was top scorer, and where did Bruno Fernandes, who was our top scorer, finish? Holland, of course, winning it, 29 goals. Nicholas Jackson with 26. But anyone from our team, Bruno Fernandes, 24th. So that's, yeah, again, disappointing. Ahmad in 3rd with most assists. It's great, though. And Fernandes also there with 8. And Xerxes also making it on the list, so that's great. And clean sheets, Anana finished 6th. So, yeah. So even though it wasn't the most successful rebuild, I mean, I would say success. 7th place is great. In real life, if they finish 7th place from the starting point right now, I'd say it's a great second half of the season. But the board didn't think so, so we did get sacked. But anyways, what team do you want me to kind of take over next? And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And like always, please subscribe and like the video.